Now, he put a lot of googly eyes for his title, as you can see, and then just states NBA 2K26 badge plug. And then in his description, it's just a bunch of eye emojis too. This works. This is what it takes to get views. It's very interesting. I mean, like, let's get into it. Hold on, let me make sure it's at the beginning. There, we're at the beginning. Badge plug. Let's see what you got.
Just like yesterday, today I think we actually have some very good news again, but honestly, there's a few things I'm pretty worried about as well that we'll talk about once we get there. So guys, thank you so much. I just want to say real quick, man, I read hundreds of positive comments yesterday. You guys have been showing so much love. This is 6 days in a row we have uploaded. Now, you guys have expressed that I could be days late to uploading news and you would still watch. Thank you. But I do want to say, man, if there's news, I'm going to get it out to y'all. Okay? Even though that does not benefit me in the algorithm on YouTube, the way the algorithm works, especially for news videos, is while your newest video is out, it's going to get pushed a lot more. Once you upload again, it stops pushing that video as much. So each video is not going to get as much views is what I'm saying, but all I'm asking for you guys, for me doing that, for, I could wait 3-4 days and just make sure that video gets even more views. Just drop a like for me, okay? I'm not asking for money or nothing.
He just taught me something about YouTube because I've been posting a lot. I thought I need to post more, and he's trying to say that if I post more, it's actually not going to help my videos as much. That's weird. That's kind of counterintuitive and productive.
Nothing. Slap that like button for me and let's get into it, man. So look, we got some pretty big information. Yesterday, no RNG. Today, this one I love a lot. Are there any changes made to address L2 dexing? We've made efforts to reduce the unrealistic motion / cuts that can result from dexing. Attempting to use dexing to cut back and forth repeatedly will consume adrenaline.
That's smart. I guess.
I mean, as you guys know, unless you're only playing Rec or Pro-Am, you probably haven't experienced a lot of L2 cheesing, but it was the biggest issue.
L2 cheesing, dexing, all that. It happens in every mode. Badge plug. I'm just saying. It happens in every mode. More in others than others. I agree.
In the park this entire year, and I had people telling me there was nothing 2K could do about it. Nothing. I mean, there is very many options that could be explored, could be tried out to make it less effective. Will it ever completely be patched? Probably not, okay? But it could definitely be made a lot less good. Now, look, Power said, Did you make any changes to address the L2 exploit on 2s? And Mike said, we made the ball extremely vulnerable to steals when posting up far from the rim to mitigate the L2 cheese. Again, another option that they have done to make this playstyle not as good.
And you gotta think, I like being a post player. Like,
they're gonna find the best.
After this video, I'm gonna be on a 6'9" with a 96 post control. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I like posting up, but I don't want it to be abusive.
Way to win games, even if it's just not fun at all and not even close to real basketball, they're gonna do it. But real quick, guys, I want to say, man, in the previous video as well, we talked about how 2K is holding me back on some things, and each year they're making it more of a disadvantage for me. And some people have took those words and started hating on creators. A few creators that I've been seeing, get hated on. And I was talking about 2K, guys. 2K. There are lots of creators, and I say this every year, that deserve that it's the bare minimum that they get a logo and get, what they're getting now. For example, Joe Knows, Double H. Just because you go to an event or have a logo or something doesn't automatically mean you have sold your soul and you're an awful person. There's actually a lot of creators that really deserve what they get. Joe knows, Double H, they have been speaking their mind. If you watch the videos, they have been honest about the product. Double H just said a few weeks ago that 2K25 was the worst gameplay of all time. These are not people.
And I agree. 2K25 is the worst gameplay of all time.
People that are just biting their tongue to get what they want. So all I'm saying is, guys, if you follow me, if you like these videos and stuff, just don't be that guy. All right. I was not talking about creators. Okay. I'm talking about 2K. Anyway.
I knew that already. I didn't need to be told, but I know some of you did.
Let's not talk about that all day. If you don't green a rebound, can you still get it? What happens when two people both green a rebound? Man, people have been so crazy on this, but you can still grab a rebound if you don't green the timing. And if a little player is trying to out rebound a big, excellent timing will often not be enough to secure the board. If the big makes zero effort and just stands there, the little guy will have a better chance with perfect timing though. If two players green the rebound timing, the outcome is decided by positioning, ratings, and height. The core mechanics around how rebounding works isn't changed in 2K26. Timing your jump has always been an important aspect of rebounding.
Yeah, I don't know how people don't get this.
The indicator was added just to help players understand how the rebounding works.
Because people have wait, bro, I can't say it enough. Even in basketball, bro, like everyone is becoming dumber, and so therefore they need more help to play the game that they've been playing for a very long time because they actually don't know how to play basketball.
So this is where I actually look back and I'm excited for what was the big drawbacks, the negativity, the criticism from the trailer, from the courtside report that we got. And the biggest one was having to green rebounds. First of all, that's not true. It is just an indicator. So Double H's tweet that I showed yesterday had
Right, exactly. People thought you had the green no, it's like it came out. I did too, actually. I ain't gonna lie. For a moment, small moment, I was like, "What? We're getting green rebounds?" Then I learned very quickly that it's just an indicator. It has nothing to do with whether or not you're gonna get the rebound or not. It just gives you an indicator of how well you attempted the rebound versus how not well you attempted the rebound.
over 1 million views when I showed it to you guys. It has 5 million now about greening a rebound, and it's just his tweet. People took
That's
that
wild.
and ran with it so far, it absolutely blows my mind. Okay, so look, 2K Toots made a good video today, and this is showing you the difference between 2K25 and
Whoa. Oh, yeah, exactly. Timing with feedback.
past games and 2K26. Everything is the exact same, guys, except you're going to get a feedback. That's it. After you get the rebound, you're going to get a feedback. You have always had to, in a way, time a rebound, all right? When to jump for the rebound.
Exactly, bro.
So that's where I go back to saying the two biggest things that people took away negatively from what we've seen are a big overreaction. First of all, the rebounds is just not true at all.
Right.
Now, the second one was the alley-oops. All right, now with the alley-oops, you're going to have to sit there, wait for a button to pop up, and hit the button to catch your alley-oop. You know how this
That's
year,
fine, bro.
when someone throws you an oop, you have to
It's
sit there,
nothing,
wait
bro.
for the meter to fill out, hit the button. It's
Right.
the same thing. You already had to sit there
You just did a
and
different
wait for
button.
the meter to fill out, except for now it's just going to be a different button. I understand that can be frustrating, but still, that's
Not frustrating at all. People, bro, it's basketball. They're trying to figure out how to make stuff more skillful, like so that way it's hard. Basketball's hard, people. Like if you want to play basketball in a video game that they're attempting to make realistic, you're gonna comprehend that basketball is hard. It's not easy. You don't just all right, make it. All right, make it. All right, it's not like that, dude. It's not basketball. Basketball's hard. That's why the best players in the world shoot 45% from 3-point range.
it's not a big deal, guys. It's really not. So if you think about it, the two biggest things that people were complaining about, one of them is not even true. The other one I don't think is that big of a deal.
Right.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, that's pretty good. But even though it wasn't talked about by a lot of people, we are going to be coming up on something that I don't know, man. Not this one, but you'll see when we get there, okay?
Right.
So, can anyone do a quick catch and shoot, or does it have attribute/badge requirements? Anyone can perform the quick catch and shoot mechanic. There are no restrictions. So the new quote-unquote new catch and shoot mechanic is holding L2 before you catch the ball, or LT.
And by the way, I'm going to show you how they already have that. It's so that way you have a less chance of catching the ball in the dip. So that way you have a longer time to shoot the ball because you're catching the ball below your waist.
If you're on Xbox, and you can go right into a shot without having to dip. A lot of people are saying that's already in the game. 2K has just never talked about it because you can do that this year. Go on 2K25, hold L2 before you catch a pass. Your guy will like do an animation where he's putting his hands out, getting ready for a catch. But maybe they expanded upon that. I don't know how it's any different. I don't even think you can find the L2 thing in the controls in the 2KU this year. So what I think 2K is doing is it's pretty much the same, except for now they're like, hey, this is a control that you can do, but we'll see. Now, this one is pretty interesting for my slashers and stuff, okay?
All right, what's up?
Are there any changes to dunking? Yes, holding turbo and the pro stick down is how you meter dunk in 2K26.
What?
This will also encourage more flashy dunks, but you can also get flashy dunks on the shot button if you're wide open with no trailing threats. The meter dunk logic has changed a lot, and you'll notice a much bigger green window on open dunks, both driving and standing. All right, so this year on 2K26, you will not have to flick up and then down, or however you guys activate the dunk meter on this game. You're just going to go straight down on the right stick. I like that. I think that's a pretty good.
So, but then how do you just do normal dunks, or is everything that's going to be interesting?
Change. It's not a big deal at all, but I think it is a good change. I don't see why you have to flick up and then down to be able to activate the meter. And then he talks about how the logic has changed. So once again, guys, I'm hoping that the dunk meter, if you guys haven't heard me talk about it yet, but you know, why not say it again? The dunk meter logic is in the middle of 2K24 and 2K25.
Yeah.
2K25, the logic just isn't that good, but in 2K24, there was no, and I know 2K loves to say this word right here, but dynamic meter. All right, so once you started your dunk, it didn't change.
Right, and so like if you started at an open spot, even if there's people there afterwards, it didn't matter.
Even if a 99 interior, 99 block center jumped in the way, good position as well, you would still have the same dunk meter size. If someone, while you were going in for a dunk, didn't even attempt, not even tried to contest the dunk, but once you started the animation, they were like in the way and the system read that, you would have a small meter. That was an issue on both sides of the ball. I would say in total, it was better for the offense in terms of the balancing, but on both sides, the logic didn't make sense.
Right.
They tried with 2K25. They made it
Failed.
a little bit better throughout the year.
Kinda.
2 or 3 patches was made to the dunk meter, but I still hope that
I didn't play a lot of 2K25. I'm playing right now to get my fingers ready. That's because I haven't been playing. I've been playing other games.
it's in the middle. I think there's still room for improvement.
I am playing a lot of 2K26 because there's no RNG. First time ever for a pure green window. No matter where I hit it in the green window, it's a green. I'm about to light people up.
Improvement on the dunk meter. So we will see. All right.
They're going to be thinking I'm cheating.
I want to talk about that forever, but this is where we start really getting into where I'm speculative and maybe even worried about 2K26 in this part. But it says, how does rhythm shooting and button shooting compare? The goal was to make both rhythm and button shooting viable options with neither having an advantage over the other.
That's smart.
But they are very different mechanics, so it's not really possible to directly compare them. Some will be much better with the button, and some will be much better with the stick. Rhythm shooting is definitely more rewarding in my opinion, though.
Yep.
I just don't understand that. I really don't get it. How are you saying in one sentence that it's pretty much the same, button and rhythm shooting, and then you're like, but you know, rhythm shooting might have an advantage, and I think it does. How? What is the difference? Like, yeah, you can speed up your shot or slow down your shot, but let's just keep going further, okay? Because he explains it a little bit more right here. Can you explain how the rhythm shooting works? Can I still green a shot with early or late timing? Rhythm shooting is basically all about mastering your shot's unique tempo. There's still an ideal timing point for when to push the pro stick, but you don't have to green the timing to make the shot. However, the better you time the release, the more wiggle room you have to match the tempo. The timing of the right stick movement and the speed of the stick throw will also affect how the animation plays out. So if you start the push early or throw the stick fast, you'll see the shooter rush the animation. If you delay your push, you'll see the player hold the set point and hang a bit before starting the shooting motion. And if you throw the stick too slowly, you'll see a lazier looking follow through. It's great if you need to intentionally rush your shot to beat a closeout or low shot clock, but your green tempo window will be much smaller.
Okay, so right, like I already saw that. If you go back and watch the trailer that came out the other day, you will see that like they show it in the jump shots. You see it. You see what they're talking about happening.
So every single rhythm shot, depending on even if it's a super flick up, like where you're just boom throwing the ball up, or holding it out to where it's a super late release. Let's say like Kobe, for example, is the one that I used yesterday, is where a defender would jump on him.
That's because he's the best one to use. You see him go up and go like this, and then reach back like that and hold it, and then shoot. So he'll put it out here, and then the defender will be like, oh, and he'll be like, oh, move the ball, and then shoot it.
And he would kind of hang in the air to wait for the defender to come down and then release his shot. Like, basically, he was going to get blocked if he released his shot normally, so he kind of hung in the air and then released it. That's what they're looking for.
Right.
From what I'm seeing, that's what they're trying to emulate.
They're trying to make it more realistic.
But it is odd, very odd. It's like every single shot is still greenable, no matter if it's a very late rhythm and tempo and all that stuff. We'll just have to see when the game comes out.
Obviously.
Another thing I am a bit worried about is, of course, like I've told you guys, with no RNG, it's probably going to be easier to cheat. 2K needs to be on top of the cheaters heavily. Let's say they're not on top of the cheaters. Well, I have this like feeling, because once again, I still can't wrap my mind around this whole rhythm shooting thing, but I have a feeling
I can, but look, I've been using the stick to shoot even before rhythm shooting. I was using the stick to shoot. I felt like it was better because almost all the other games you play in the world, you use the right stick way more than you push the square button. Do you see what I'm saying? And so I think it's logical what they did based on how all the other games operate. Yet somehow people can't see that because they're so adjusted to using the square button to shoot that they can't see how the shift is actually ergonomically better based on how all other games function practically now.
There's going to be some sort of Titan script, Zen script, you guys know the technology.
The cheater side of it, I don't know how they're going to deal with that though, because 100% green window. Look, we already were at a disadvantage against the cheaters, but see, now everyone has that same green window. Do you see what I'm saying? So the Zenners might be able to make their shots, yet so will we if if you know how to time your shit.
These guys use advanced every year. 2K has done method after method
and I don't even use meter to shoot, so that's part of the main thing, right? Well, I mean, I think they found scripts that could shoot without the meter, but most times if they have the meter on, they're more likely to be cheating than not if they are like really good like that.
Try and slow down the cheaters. This year they were trying to see if cheaters can't cheat in the stage and Pro-Am by taking away the meter, and like completely taking away the meter, and they found a workaround very quickly. There's still people cheating without the meter. So that's why I say, guys, again, do not penalize the majority because of the very small minority. Okay, it sucks that people are going to cheat no matter what, but it's going to happen. These guys, bro, they don't care until 2K is like, console banning these dudes, and Microsoft and PlayStation, because apparently it's more of a third-party issue, and this is happening on a lot of games.
That makes sense.
Until they really step up and start banning these guys or
Right, it's like a PlayStation and Xbox issue, not the video game creator issue, because the consoles are allowing for these devices to actually interact with the PlayStation
Whatever they got to do
or,
to
or Xbox.
detect the software, it's going to be rough, okay? But 2K does have some sort of software that can ban cheaters. So hopefully they use it. Anyway, back to what I'm saying
Hopefully.
I think that the cheaters, and this is just me just completely just thinking about what's going on with this rhythm tempo thing and all that. They're going to have some super fast release. Like they're going to use Patrick Mills, whatever, with the fastest releases. And they're going to have some sort of tempo glitched Zen, whatever, that can like do the fastest shot possible with this new, I don't know, technology or whatever you can do with the rhythm shooting, to where every shot is the absolute fastest like flick up you can do. And it's going to be unguardable. So
I don't think all that's going to happen, Badge.
Again, it's up to 2K to be on top of the cheating. And it's funny because there's going to be cheaters next year and people are going to be like,
Because you got to think the Zen isn't going to stop them from getting blocked. You see what I mean?
look, RNG, man, no RNG. There's people cheating now. People have been cheating.
Regardless.
I don't know
So why are we
rock people
disadvantaged?
are living under that they think that 2K stopped cheaters this year, because they didn't. However, again, I want to get this through to you guys. Unless you're playing like Stage every day, or if you're playing Park, if you're playing Rec, you're not playing cheaters very often, okay? You're just not. So it's okay. Calm down. I would say maybe once every like 100 games you're gonna play cheaters.
Right.
Now, if you hop in the Stage and you're playing 5K Stage, 10K court Stage,
You are playing a lot of
you're
cheaters.
gonna have a much more likely chance of playing cheaters, because those guys, that's what they'll do. You know, not all of them, but a lot of them will do every single thing they can to have an advantage. Okay. Anyway, Splash messaged Mike and he said, can you do the no dip on moving, catch, and shoot shots as well? Or do you have to come to a full stop to initiate the no dip? Mike Wang says, just stand still, catch, and shoots is how you can do the no dip LT
Right, that's it.
or L2 catch and shoot this year. So it seems like if you are a spot up player, spot up shooter, lockdown, popper, whatever it is, you're gonna be, boy, you better get used to holding that LT button, because you're gonna be holding that thing all
what I'm doing right
day long. Okay, every single possession on offense, you're gonna be slapping. You might as well just buy something that you can just, I don't know, like a tape or something that can just press it down for you. Like it's gonna be.
he said tape, bro. You can't have L2 down the whole time.
That thing's gonna get worn out. You might have to buy a new controller just from.
I'm getting a brand new controller before the game drops here in a couple weeks.
Holding L2 so much, because it seems like that's gonna be the wave for catching and shooting. My guess, with everything I've read and his responses, the only advantage rhythm shooting would have now, ability to speed up jumper through the stick based on situations. Mike said it's also really helpful if you have bad internet and unpredictable latency.
What?
Again, I don't.
Hold on. What? My guess, with everything I've read and his responses, only advantage rhythm shooting would have now. Ability to speed up jump through the stick based on situations. It's also really helpful if you have bad internet and unpredictable latency. Oh, so it helps people fight through the latency.
Latency. Again, I don't understand this, guys. I really don't. It's nice. Like, I don't think that was something they were thinking of when making this new mechanic, that people with bad internet. I have bad internet. I live out in the mountains in Tennessee. Okay. I live in a bowl. I don't have as good internet as most people. I have around 80 millisecond, 70 millisecond latency at all times. I've always said,
Dang, I don't think I have that much.
if I had 20 millisecond latency like some of my friends, I'd be like Rock Lee in Naruto, taking the leg weights off. You know what I'm saying? When he fought Gaara, if you guys have seen Naruto,
I know exactly what he's talking
it
about.
would be nasty out here. I've had so many years of training with this high latency, but I don't get this. I don't. So what does that mean for people that have really good internet? Like they're just gonna be able to time their shot with their eyes closed?
Maybe.
And what about the cheaters if they're not on top of the cheaters? Like I am decently worried about this new, I don't know, maybe I'm overreacting. I easily could be, because once again, guys, I want to get it through to you that I have no idea. I need to really just at this point see it. Like I need to play the game for like a week to just even wrap my mind around this, because it doesn't make sense to me. Okay, maybe I'm a bot. Okay, I might be, but let's get into the next thing. All right, I'm just expressing some of my worries.
I'm
for
definitely
this
not a
game,
bot.
I gotta do that.
No
okay?
NPC.
We gotta do that. Dime work. Does this work in the same way for pull-up, jump shots, or leaners? So can I basically initiate a pull-up, have the defender jump, hang and release on the way down pretty much? So like the Kobe example that I gave you guys, and Mike said yes, but the longer you hang, the more precise you have to be with your tempo to make the shot. And we put a ceiling on how long you can hold the set point before the shooting motion automatically starts for visual reasons. So that makes a little bit more sense. I don't know.
Right, so like there's a window at which you can shoot faster or hold onto the ball longer. And because of that, that gap is now triggered, right? So you can go fast, but if you hold it to the very last second, you have, it's going to automatically go. And so that's your last moment to have a chance to green, probably. Does that make sense?
No, it's like a flexible window with the rhythm shooting. And I don't know, I see a lot of issues with that. I see somehow this being something that has, it's like, I kind of look at this as aiming in 2K21. Not exactly the same. I just knew, I mean, most of us knew like aiming was going to be cooked before. Like that's just, I don't know what they were thinking, especially when the game came out. You didn't even need a Zen. Like people were using Zens, of course, later on in the year, but like I was using the aiming thing, and I was showing you guys videos where, you know, you would start the meter thing, where the aiming, and it would be like really far to the left or really far to the right. And there was so much forgiveness that, especially like in Takeover, I was showing you guys, you could just hold your stick straight down and it would time it for you. Like, even though the meter where you're supposed to aim it wasn't even close to that, it would still time it. Then they did a patch for it, and that's when people really started zenning and stuff, because now you actually did have to aim it. And yeah, that's really where we went downhill. If it wasn't for aiming, maybe Zens to this day wouldn't be so bad, because that's what got people cheating. And the problem with it was it also gave you a massive boost. So you had a boost for your shot meter off, or sorry, because you could do it with the meter off. You could aim with the meter off,
right? And
then you had it to where people were doing the Zens, and it just glitched the contest system.
Crazy.
It was really bad, bro. It was really a mess. Anyway, can you only do no dip shots with the rhythm shooting, or can you do it with the button too? And Mike says you are able to do the no dip catch and shoots with the button or your rhythm shooting. So that's nice as well. I'm glad they thought about
W
that.
for that.
Now we have, are there any changes to dribbling besides the new controls for signature size ups? And Mike says dribbling has changed a lot in 2K26. Branching and chaining moves will generally feel more responsive, and you can interrupt more moves than you could in 2K25. We made an effort to make dribbling faster and the inputs more responsive as.
And there is a clip going around of Kyrie Irving's behind the back dribble and exploding crossover, and like it's faster in 2K26 than it was in 2K20, or excuse me, it's faster now in 2K26 than it was in 2K16.
Well, you'll find some great new content, as well as the return of some old favorites like Pippin's behind the back wrap. So I think dribble heads will be able to create some nice highlights this year.
Definitely. Let's go.
I love it. It sounds,
because I don't know if obviously I'm gonna have a couple of builds that are super dribbling. Like I think I'm gonna try to make the old school meta build. So I gotta start making a list. Dude, I gotta make a list, bro, for all the builds. Okay, I need to start doing that.
It's like more skill gap with the
Anyways, I think I'm gonna make the iconic two-way playmaking slasher.
dribbling, more responsiveness, because this year
6'4".
was a mess. I mean, an absolute mess. I'm not saying I want to play NBA Jam.
And that's so funny because see, like, they don't comprehend. Like, why can't you bring back pie charts? They never got rid of the pie charts. They just changed how you look at them, people. Like, you can make your own. Like, if you want an orange-green pie chart, then you just max out your fucking playmaking shit and max out your green shit, and then you put the rest into whatever you want on the others, blue, red, and fucking white, I guess, for like the athletic, vertical, speed, you know, agility, speed, you know what I mean, those things, strength.
I never ever mean that. I'm not saying that I want old dribbling systems back to be, you know, hey, bring this exact system back, but we can't have 2K25. Very sluggish, unresponsive. It was just a nasty product. If you guys have played other 2Ks and you've took time to learn the dribbling system, the responsiveness, it was just not comparable. Even to 2K24. That's bad, bro. Like,
Right.
Just go watch some 2K24 dribbling, and it was just go load up the game. It's still, the servers are still up. Way more responsive, way less sluggish. So not only is the game speed higher, the dribbling is supposed to be more responsive and faster. I like what we are hearing so far. Is it fluff? Is it just saying, you know, saying things to say things?
Right.
Easily could be, guys. We'll have to see when the game comes out. But when I say I like it, I'm just going off what I'm reading. Okay? And
Right? Yeah, me too. I agree. That's you can only go with the grain of salt on what they say.
And so far, it's sounding very much more promising. Is that even good English at all? I don't know. A lot more promising than 2K25. Anyway, since double tapping circle/B is wrap passes now, can you still do flashy passes? Mike says flashy passes have been moved to cross plus circle. So X plus circle. I don't know why he's saying cross. He's going to do that a few more times in the future, I guess. Or A plus B. Self alley-oops are now mapped to square plus triangle. PS5 is X plus Y. So this is one of them on Twitter that
Right. Okay. So flashy pass is now square and triangle. Alley oop to someone else is double triangle. Self alley oop is triangle and circle, and double tap circle is a wrap pass. Got it.
I commented on because I picked up my controller right after I read that, and I tried to emulate this new self alley-oop, and I do not like it.
I don't. have
It's
a
not
problem
the
with it.
end of the world, but it just, I mean, just pick up your controller and hit A plus, like just try to do a few dribble moves and then hit A plus B. Then act like you're doing a few dribble moves and hit X plus Y. You're reaching over the controller now. I don't like it. I hope in the future, and I feel like no one should give any sort of, oh, you're complaining about this, because so many games, I can't name you a game that doesn't have it, is just give us button layouts to be able to change these controls ourselves. Like, I don't understand why that change was made and why we don't have button layouts. Like, so that way, when we're having this conversation, I can just say, hey, I don't like that. I'm going to change it. You can do whatever you want. Now, branching and chaining the moves will generally feel more responsive. I like that, guys.
I can't disagree with him on that. Like, but I kind of get why they don't do that, because it's a basketball game.
I mean, just the faster inputs. It seems like there's a higher
Because then you would have to do that for all sports games.
skill gap to the dribbling. I like that LT dexing was worked on. I'm still confused about the rhythm shooting. I'm a little worried about it.
I'm not confused at all. I'm going to be... Oh my goodness, bro. I feel like 2K26 was made for me to show everyone what happens when you comprehend basketball to the degree I comprehend it.
As well, but I'm just being overly cautious, I think. And yeah, guys, Mike Wang is on a tweeting spree. This is everything that I have right now that he has tweeted. So when he starts tweeting more, I promise you guys, I'm going to drop another video if I have enough for another video. If not, I'll just wait for the next day. But like I said, guys, if there's enough for a video, it's coming out. Even if it's not good for the algorithm, just drop a like for me and click this one right here if you didn't see.
Yeah. Badgeplugs awesome. He gets the news out. I just like him giving the news. How he presents it is good. And grab a like.